Imagine waking up to find your country's flag, a symbol of your national identity, burnt in a foreign land. This is the shocking reality that India and recently faced in Canada. Flags, representing a nation's heritage and values, were deliberately torched, highlighting the severe diplomatic strains with Canada. This provocative act was far from random vandalism. It was a calculated expression of dissent, resonating globally and challenging the very essence of national respect and unity. Flags symbolize more than fabric. They embody a nation's collective memory, culture, and aspirations. To set a flag ablaze is to scorn everything it symbolizes, undermining the dignity and worth of the people it represents. This incident attacks more than property. It strikes at the core of national pride. But why this extreme measure? It's rooted in escalating tensions and unresolved conflicts. Canada's diplomatic relations soured with both nations over various political and human rights issues, setting the stage for this dramatic escalation. For India, the dispute stems from alleged political interferences, earning it an undesirable label from Canada. Concurrently, Russia faces friction over its stance on international security and human rights, further complicating relations. These brewing controversies, however, were just precursors to the flag burning, which, symbolic, signaled an urgent need for dialogue and resolution. This act serves as a stark reminder of the deep-seated issues needing addressal, suggesting that mere diplomatic niceties will no longer suffice. As we delve into the aftermath of this incident, it becomes clear that the burning of these flags is just the tip of the iceberg. In the world of diplomacy, symbols matter. Thus, the burning of the Indian and Russian flags in Canada has not gone unnoticed. The immediate reactions from both India and Russia were swift and severe. The Indian Ministry of External Affairs issued a strong condemnation of the act, describing it as a disrespectful and intolerant gesture that undermines the spirit of friendly relations. The statement demanded a thorough investigation and urged the Canadian authorities to take immediate steps to prevent such incidents in the future. On the Russian side, the response was equally sharp. The Russian Foreign Ministry released a statement expressing their profound indignation over the incident. They labeled it as an unacceptable act of vandalism that reflects poorly on Canada's commitment to maintaining a respectful international environment. The Russian ambassador to Canada also handed a formal note of protest to the Canadian Ministry of Foreign Affairs, seeking assurances that measures would be taken to address the situation and prevent recurrence. Both countries hinted at possible repercussions if the issue was not adequately addressed. Diplomatic talks were reportedly tense following the incident, with meetings being held at various levels to discuss the fallout and the steps necessary to mitigate it. The embassies of India and Russia in Canada heightened their security protocols, reflecting the seriousness with which they viewed the threat posed by such acts of hostility. Additionally, the incident sparked a series of discussions in international diplomatic circles about the rising tide of nationalism and its impact on global diplomatic relations. Some experts suggested that the incident could lead to a cooling of relations not only between India and Russia with Canada, but could also influence broader international dynamics, particularly at forums like the United Nations, where cooperation is key. While the flames may have been extinguished, the diplomatic firestorm is just beginning. Amidst the controversy, Canada has found itself in a tight spot. In light of recent tensions, the Canadian government has been compelled to clarify its position regarding the unsettling events involving India and Russia. Official statements have reiterated Canada's commitment to maintaining diplomatic relations, while also emphasizing the need to address issues concerning national security and international peace. The situation is further complicated by Canada's recent assessment, which lists India as the second largest foreign threat to its democracy, following China, with Russia sliding to the third spot. This evaluation highlights concerns over foreign interference and espionage activities that could potentially undermine Canada's democratic institutions and internal policies. Despite these challenges, Canada continues to engage in a delicate balancing act, striving to uphold its democratic values while navigating complex international waters. This includes ongoing dialogues with both India and Russia to address and resolve any bilateral tensions, ensuring that diplomatic channels remain open and active. Canada's diplomatic dance is far from over. As the dust settles, the question on everyone's mind is, what happens next? The recent event where flags of India and Russia were burnt in Canada has undoubtedly strained the diplomatic fabric binding these nations. Moving forward, the potential for frosty relations looms large, but so does the opportunity for robust diplomatic dialogue aimed at mending fences. Canada, known for its strong advocacy of human rights and democratic values, might leverage this incident as a diplomatic tool to push for more transparent and aligned policies with India and Russia. On the other hand, India and Russia could see this as a moment to reassess their diplomatic strategies, perhaps tightening their own domestic policies or strengthening alliances elsewhere to diversify their international relations. In response to the burning of their flags, both India and Russia might initially adopt a stance of reticence and caution. However, long-term strategies will likely include increased diplomatic engagements and possibly the initiation of dialogues to address mutual concerns and ensure such incidents do not recur. This could involve everything from high-level meetings to treaties that aim to reinforce respect and understanding among these nations. In the world of diplomacy, even the smallest spark can ignite a firestorm. The burning of the Indian and Russian flags in Canada is a stark reminder of this fact, and its repercussions will likely reverberate in the relationships between these countries for years to come. As the governments navigate these turbulent diplomatic waters, the voice of the public emerges as a powerful force. Social media platforms and public forums are buzzing with opinions from citizens in Canada, India, and Russia, each expressing their views on the flag-burning incident and its broader implications. In Canada, many advocate for peace and constructive dialogue, emphasizing the country's role in promoting global harmony. Meanwhile, Indian and Russian netizens are split, with some calling for strong retaliatory measures and others urging their governments to use this as an opportunity for diplomatic reform and stronger international advocacy. This surge in public engagement shows how global incidents can spark widespread political activism, influencing not just national policy decisions, but also international perceptions and relations. As we see, the incident has not only affected diplomatic circles, but has also mobilized the general populace, potentially steering the course of future diplomatic interactions. The power of public opinion in shaping international policy is undeniable. And in this digital age, a single incident can lead to global conversations that resonate across borders, shaping the diplomatic landscape in profound ways.